Factor by grouping. Now with factor by grouping, what you'll notice is you're going to have 4 terms in your polynomials. And when you have the 4 terms, I automatically look first to say, can I group anything together? And what I mean by grouping is you want to group terms that have a common factor, that have common factors. For example, if you group these two together, what's common about them? The x's, right? I can pull an x squared out of here. That's x squared times x. So they have an x squared in common. If I group these two together, what do they have in common? They have a 4, right? Because, well, not in 4, but yeah. What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? They have a, I can factor out a 3. That's what I'm trying to say. That would be 3 times x plus 4. Sorry. Yes, 3 times x plus 4. So they have a 3 in common. So let's see if that works. So when I say factor by grouping, you're going to literally group 2 of the pieces together like that. So by grouping them, now we say, okay, factor this side then and factor this side, and let's see what we have. This, we already said, these have an x squared in common. I can take an x squared and pull it out to the front. And if I do that, I end up with x squared. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Times an x plus 4. Y'all see that? We have an x squared times an x plus 4. X squared times x gives me x cubed. X squared times 4 gives me 4x squared. And then we have a plus. Now, what can we pull out of here? The greatest common factor we can pull out of here is a 3, because I can pull a 3 out of here. This is 3 times x, and then this is 3 times 4. So they have a 3 in common. So I'm going to pull out the 3, and that leaves me with x plus 4. Now, what do you notice? What do you notice? Look closely. These are the same. So can I pull these out to the front? This is x squared times x to the 4th, and then 3 times x to the 4th. When you look at this, think of it as, what if you had x squared plus 3a? You could pull an a out to the front and you'd be left with x squared plus 3. You see that? This is the same concept because this is multiplication here. So I have an x to the 4th here and an x to the 4th here. So what if I take the x to the 4th and I bring it to the front? So I'm going to take my x to the 4th, and when I bring it to the front, what am I left with? X squared plus 3. Y'all see that? X to the 4th times x squared gives me this. And then x to the 4th times 3 gives me this. So we've taken this 4-piece polynomial and we've broken it down to that. Now, how do you check yourself? You can do the FOIL method. You can do the distributive property and add everything together. And when you do that, it should give you back that. And that's how you'll know that you've done it correctly. That's how you can check yourself, okay? Again, in the description of this video, I will post the video on polynomials to show you how you can multiply them. That way you can see how to check yourself and see that those are the same. Okay, let's look at this next one. What can we group? What can we group? Looks like we could group these two. And we could group these two here. I'm looking at this minus sign to see if I should include it with the negative x, but we'll leave it like that for now. So don't forget about this minus sign here, okay? So the numbers don't have anything in common, but I can pull an x squared out of here because this is x squared times x, and this is x squared times 1. So they both have an x squared in common. So I'm going to pull an x squared out to the front. Okay, if I pull an x squared out to the front, I have x squared, right? And I'm left with a 3x minus 2 in the middle. Now my goal is that I should have a 3x minus 2 over here, right? Because we're doing just like how we ended up here. Factor by grouping, that's your goal, to end up with two more terms that look the same that you can pull out, or not terms, two more binomials that look the same that you can pull out to the front. So you're literally factoring, you're breaking this down. Remember, factoring is just taking a polynomial and breaking it down as far as you can go, okay? So if we're hoping that this is a 3x minus 2, so these don't have an x in common, but the numbers have a common factor. This is 2 times 2, right? And this is 2 times 3. So they both have a 2 in common. So I'm going to factor out a 2. And when I factor out a 2, I'm left with 3x minus 2. Now you're like, oh, wait a minute. This is a positive 4. How did you get 3x minus 2? Well, this is a minus 2. So a minus 2 times 3x gives me a minus 6x, right? This minus 6x, you see that? And then a minus 2 times a minus 2 gives me a positive 4. So that's why that works. Now, these are the same. I can pull this out to the front. And when I pull that out to the front, what am I left with? Good. X squared minus 2. And again, if you multiply these together, you can do the FOIL method, or you can do the distributive property for each of the terms. And when you add everything together, you should get what you started with originally.